Welcome back, you beautiful people, and welcome to my garage. Yes, another Blake builds, and this one is pretty out of the ordinary. This one, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm building a cargo bike, but not any ordinary cargo bike. I'm building an e-cargo bike. Now, I've been inspired by GCN. They've had a lot of cargo bikes on there, Deliveroo and all that rad jazz, and I want to get a piece of that action. But I don't want to go out there and buy one. I want to build one. Yes, I'm going to build one. Right, this is the motor. The motor is rather heavy. It's a Bafang motor. It's one of the biggest e-cargo motors they do. I think it's like 120 newton meters. But it's a 1,000-watt battery. Here's the display. It looks really cool. Hang on. Look at that. Oh my goodness me. So this one basically feeds onto a BB. Looks like a good shape. Okay, it's too big. Perfect. It's perfect. That's good. It's too big. Woohoo! A little bit more. Tidy. 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 Don't look at the ending. Don't look at the ending. This top bit is very, very much so big gap. Big gap. Big gap. That's better. This is the seat tube. Now, it's the same diameter, internal diameter as the seat tube I used on the full suspension, so that kind of works out with the dropper post. Now, with the cargo, I've got a dropper post. That means it's going to be an aggressive cargo bike, but that's fine. The angles I'm using are the same as I used on the front triangle of the full suspension. So I really loved that triangle, and I wanted to be quite aggressive. Where's my glasses? Ah! Right, front triangle, all welded up as best as I can. Welding is getting much better, still looks crap. But now this is the fun bit, the deck to the cargo bike. So the average length of a cargo bike is 2.3 meters in length. That's roughly about here, but I need to go 2.4. And I've got a 24-inch wheel to go on the back. It's gonna be a super mix wheel, 29/24. And I'm thinking the deck of the top is going to be a 2.3, then plus the wheel. It's massive. Look at that. I think that's quite big. I feel like that's going to be a lot of stress on that BB. It's going to be a lot of weight pushing down over there. It's time to move on to the deck, which is going to be a space, like monocoque kind of space frame shape of frame. Does that even make sense? I'll tell you what, the welding gases in here sending me doolally. Let's mock this up. I got a cool idea. I wanted to be like the Flying V, and I found a name for this. This is Team Overkill. Overkill cargo bike, because it's going to be definitely overkill. Steel, it's going to be an absolute beast. But I've got E-power to get me up and down the hills. Right, so I've been a little bit busy off the cameras. I built this. So this is the main truss to the rear wheel. So I came up with this idea. It's like kind of looks like a rock slider on a Jeep or something. So I need to make this, but I need to make this level with the BB. So I know the height of it, but there's no way of keeping this true to the back, to keeping it straight dead in line, because if this thing's bent, holy moly, this is gonna be the biggest crab yet. So I need to make a jig, and that's what I'm doing right now. This is all welded up, looking rather beautiful. But I need a bit of support. I know I'm going to have this way and this way, but I thought to make it look like a bit more of a hardtail, look, I'm going to cut this bit of piece out of here, and that bit of piece goes in there. Oh, look at that. Look at that there. Look. So, look at that. See that? It clicks, goes in there like that. And that gets all welded up in there, like rather lovely, beautiful. Woo! I think this is a good time to stop for lunch. See ya. Pretty impressed with my welding. Probably not up to scratch, but hey, it's better than Mark 1 and Mark 2. Oh, wow, that's hot and it's burning my coat. It burnt my coat. My coat's had better days. Look at it. Woo! I'd say that's rather strong.
Burning it again.
Huh?
You're burning it again.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Burning my house! Burning my hand! Oh, don't touch there, Nick. There. You can touch there. Oh, it's nice and warm in a cold day. Oh, not there. Hello, Dada. Hello. Ow, don't learn my lesson. Oh, sheesh. So how can you do stuff without jigs? I don't understand. So that's going to be like that. And that, my friends, is the bench. That looks rather scrumdiddly-lumly. That's going to look good, isn't it, Nick? It's going to look good, Nick. Oh, my gosh. I love making stuff. It's the best. Now, hey, let us know in the comments down below. Do you want to see more of Blake builds? Let me know what you want to see. I really want to see where we can go with the e-cargo. Adventures. Let us know where we should take this e-cargo. And we need to mount the battery. And that weighs an absolute ton. Wow. Right. It's taken a while to get to this point. Pretty much the day, welding this in, that, and getting this all literally bang in as close as I can to the center of the bike. I've put this in. This is bang in the middle of the jig, and it is level with the jig as well. So that means I can make this in the center of the bike. So the distance between here and here are the same. So that means this is all center with the bike. Right, I've been a little bit busy. I needed to mount this battery. 1,000 watt hour battery. Now, it is a removable one, so you can remove it out of the bike and go and charge it somewhere else without the bike being in the room because it's so massive. So that will be in there. You've got access to the key right there, and you've got access to the on-off button on the other side. USB port right here. The cable for the motor comes out the back of the bike, out of the back of the battery right here, but it actually doesn't matter because I'm going to run it all the way underneath here and maybe do some clever magic-y, pokery, drill a hole through there and then go straight down to the motor. Look at that. Now, it is for the rear triangle. Here's my 24-inch. I'm going to measure that wheel with the tyre on. Basically, I'm going to draw two little circles and I'm going to measure the difference I need to make it level so I can drop the BB from wherever I think it needs to be over here, because I don't know where it needs to be over here.
I remember the last time with the full sus bike.
Yeah.
You got to this point and you hadn't actually put any wheels in yet.
No.
And I have a feeling. But it's just,
What are you on about? It's not going to hit there, is it?
No, it's not going to hit there, but.
Oh no, dude.
That's what I mean.
Oh, stop it, Nick. Dude, it goes in here. It literally goes in there.
Yeah,
I might have to move that. Well, at least we haven't got like movement with the swing arm going up and down, because that would be.
You already had to cut the jig.
Stop, Nick. You don't have to show them that. So I put this piece in here, and because it was a big flat plate, you couldn't get it out. I couldn't move it. So that was going in there, right? So that literally You couldn't...
You had to chop it out.
I had to chop it out because you couldn't move it like that because it's too much. So I had to cut that out. But it, you know... Now the wheel, it won't hit, dude. Might have to cut this out and move it back a bit.
We're going to take the bike out of the jig today at some point.
Yeah, so imagine we take the bike out, right? And the whole thing, because it's so under tension and all these things, it just goes... Imagine that. No, I don't want to imagine that. I do not want to imagine that. I feel like it's time to take it out the jig. I tell you what, I love how this the jig is becoming super multifunctional with all these little jigs that I've put on it. Obviously, this can be removed if you need to build a long bike like I have done. I bet it's going to weigh an absolute ton. I reckon the frame's about 7.5 kilos.
Really?
Yeah. The frame, okay, with forks and seat posts and all that, I'm going 8 kilo, 8.5. Oh, it's not that heavy. What is it?
It's not 8.
It's 12. That's quite heavy, isn't it?
It's overkill almost.
Well, no, that's the name. This is the name. We've named it Overkill. Cool, bloody hell, that is heavy. And then with the motor and the battery, holy buggery, it's going to be heavy. Does it fit? This is the most daunting bit I'm building. Oh, yes, it fits. Nick?
Yeah.
Let's just say we can get away with it. Just. Tell you what, my forks have a different postcode. That's for sure. It's way over there.
Either you're really good at maths,
I'm really good at maths.
or that is so lucky.
No, I'm really good at maths. It's not broken. Imagine that, the kids on the back here going for a picnic in the springtime. Woo-hoo! They're gonna love it. It is long. I reckon I could have gone a bit shorter, but hey, overkill. I went for wireless gears, Nick, because look how far away my selector is up there, my shifter. It actually makes sense. Less cables to run, less faff. They started making SRAM access because they knew I was going to do the longest cargo bike ever. Right, I've got this on because I want to see where my chain line is. I've actually added the Bafang motor in the front there temporarily. You can see all the cables, but the chain line from the motor steps out quite a lot. Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Where do they get it from?
I don't know, Nick. They're not my kids.
Oh, you're my tummy!
Oh, no-night.
No,
Sweet dreams. Say no-night to everyone.
No. Those are grand clearance now from the chain.
Yeah, I could go over anything. Just think if I didn't have these, it'll be flipping all the way like to there and doing this. I am really happy with that. There's a few things I need to tidy up. I'm gonna make these little bushes to go in here, these little spaces. Get that all lined up. Oh, last step. This is the last step. Take a look at this. I've turned the garage into a spray booth. It's incredible. I want to do it professionally. I've spent so much time on the frame. I'm going the extra mile and I'm giving it a nice, good coat of paint, and I've cleaned it as best as I could. I Scotch-Brighted it. My hands are like just scarred up and got blisters on my fingertips because of getting the Scotch-Brite and trying to etch it up so the paint sticks to it as best as I can. But look at the frame. It looks ridiculous how much work has gone into this. Now it's the final countdown. No, it's the final time to give it a nice bit of clothing, and then we can build it, and then we can take the family out on adventures. Right, run time lapse. Yalla! I need to do something with the gears. Could be the awfully long chain of 3.6 meters. How incredibly big is that? I've got the biggest speed wobble.
What's going on?
Did you just see this? So I've already chewed that one up. Just changed it. All the red stuff. Should we go and bleed the back brake? Because I haven't got a back brake. Let's go do that. So there we have it. Hands down, the best Blake builds I've ever done. More than the van, more than the full size, more than the crab. That was my first ever one. But hey, this has turned out really well. I've got some resistant, like rain-resistant fabric on this. It's muddy, it's raining. We've got floods in the UK. I've done some mountain biking, went down some steps, didn't break, didn't snap. Went through a ford, well, actually a flooded path. And this thing is amazing, blown away. There's a few minor tweaks I might do in the future, but at the moment, I think it's perfect. I haven't done much riding. I said I was going to put a rooftop tent on, but let us know in the comments down below if you want to see more content with the e-cargo. Overkill, this. Overkill. Maybe we go with GCN versus GMBN, cargo wars, or EMBN, bought versus built, which is better? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. And big thanks to Bafang for sending this to me. This is not paid promotion. They actually sent it out to me because I was very curious on what it was like to build an e-cargo bike. See ya. Let's hopefully it doesn't short circuit when I go through this ford again.